All right, India's World Cup chances. I think India's chances of World Cup T20, just they have as strong a chance of winning as Italy has of winning the World Cup of football. And for the record, by the way, Italy hasn't even qualified for the World Cup. A lot of people not happy, but let me give you a stat attack. After winning the inaugural T20 with MS Dhoni when he still had the balls, our performances have been terrible. We finished in round one, round two, round two. We did finish in the final. We lost in the final. I don't know who, West Indies or somebody who was. You guys can enlighten me. And then we were in the semi-finals, not good enough. And the last time, although record says we reached round two, but actually we didn't reach any round two. We were in the group stage and we got kicked out, which just happened recently. But now another World Cup is already here, which Australia had won. Now, I feel, before I give it to you, that there are three things which are important to win an ICC tournament, particularly T20 tournament. Ability. I think I'm not going to complain about the ability. If there's anything to do with ability, we have abundance. We have everything. We're like Brazil, Argentina, and Germany and England together for cricket, right? Then we need luck, which is win toss, win tournament. But the most important thing that we need, which we don't have, is temperament. And temperament wins matches. We need match winners. We have only two match winners at the big stage right now. All the others, Sky and Pandya, are the big match winners. We can actually add DK also because when the moment will come, I think DK will deliver one or two times. Rest everybody else, I feel they are flat track, stat pad, dead rubber bullies. Because you talk about our captain, he cannot stop eating beef. Virat Kohli has lost his mutton, and KL is chicken and always will be a chicken. And let's not talk about pant. He just lost
Agree.
his panties. He just can't stop eating. Okay, India is not going to win the World Cup. End off. What do you guys think? Please make a case for India.
Well, I think okay. So you took a stab at me by Rohit's eating, so please don't go there. It's a personal attack to me. He needs all the vada paos and beef, to where do
Yes,
you think his
very
full
well
shot
Beef
comes
documented.
from?
vada pav.
Anyway,
Beef
yeah,
vada pav.
that's
Oh, that'll be a
yeah,
new delicacy. Oh,
yeah, that's
Kerala will latch onto it.
oh,
Keralites.
it'll be a super thing. Anyways, coming back to cricket, I think I think the three things you mentioned, right? Talent, luck. At this stage, when you are like in the national team, like we assume that you have talent. Luck, you can't do anything about. Let's talk about temperament, right? Temperament, either you have innately within you as an individual, or you need to have like an inspirational captain who can like hone that temperament, or instill something in you, like Dhoni was a charismatic captain and he backed players. He had his own way of nurturing temperament of players. I don't think we have those kind of captains right now. Like Kohli was a leader, but he was, I don't think he was someone who would really like instill that temperamental thing in players. I mean, he was a different kind of captain. Rohit, I don't know, like I don't know if he is that kind of captain. So, anyways, like what I'm trying to say is, you need to have like all or any sport, like any tournament winning team, you need one thing is a good captain, right? You need to have talent and other things. That's a given. But I just feel somehow in big tournaments, our captains, both Rohit and Kohli, have, I don't know, done weird shit and gone into a shell, or done weird things which you don't expect of them, or like, Indian cricket team's captain. So that's my 2 cents on it, and I don't think India is going to, win the
So,
World Cup.
so Bikram, obviously, that's not going to win the World Cup. Bikram, so he's trying to say is that captain is responsible for the other people's also not performing, right? But whenever I look at KL Rahul, he should be like endorsing constipation tablets or whatever the fucking syrup is because he looks constipated every time he walks in, right? So are we going to blame everything, or are you going to? I'm sure you're going to agree with that part. And what else is the reason why India is not winning apart from the goddamn captains?
Yeah, I think captaincy plays a part, but in T20, I think it falls more on the players as well. So I think I would just add courage there of all the things you pointed out. I think the courage is missing. We have seen and that's why we have seen in dead rubbers they go all out because there's nothing to lose, right? And whenever there are challenges, we have seen that the big players fail, and they somehow lose courage also to try something, because in T20 it's all about courage as well. When you're five down but you don't have the time to settle down, so you have to take your chances. Do you have the courage? You obviously everyone has the ability. Even at this stage, Kohli, when he was not doing well, he has the ability. We have seen him. Like he has scored 100, right? Just recently he scored 100 against weak team, whatever you call it. But I think it's just the courage,
In a
right?
dead
See,
rubber, as we were talking.
exactly. So it's, I think it all comes down to courage. That's why the difference when you have listed also that, when Surya Kumar Yadav comes, he tries to hit a six or a four, and when Kohli comes, when KL has got out on 5-6-0, then Kohli tries to settle. Like tries to take his time and settle down so that no more wicket falls. But that's not how you play the current T20 format, right? Maybe this was relevant 5 years back, that you catch up at the end, but that is
Yeah, it
not
was
that is
relevant
not how
before
you play.
T20 started, by the way. Yep. It was never relevant.
So
That's what I'm trying to
no,
say.
I'm saying that that's how Kohli used to play. That he would score 40 on 35 balls, and then next 30 runs he will just score in 10 balls. But that is not going to happen all the time, and eventually you are going to hurt. So basically, I think courage is missing. We need courageous people. Obviously, we will not win, and there is no guarantee that if you have courage, we'll win the World Cup. But if you fail, and it goes for same for the bowlers as well. Whenever you get hit on the first ball, they lose all their ability. They can't bowl slower deliveries. They can't bowl Yorkers. Bhuvneshwar Kumar, who is such a old campaigner. So so it's just about, I think it's just about courage. Whenever the high time comes, whenever there is pressure, our players just lose all their shit. So that's the problem. Yeah, I
So
mean,
I think in the crux of it, I'm getting it like this is what I understand because I've like once I've written a quote that when you're honest, when you're honest, your honesty will eventually get you killed, but your dishonesty and your lack of courage will get you killed every single day. So it's better to die once and actually die every single time. So just because if 4 or 5 team become courageous doesn't mean 4 or 5 team will actually end up winning the World Cup. But it will be one of those 4 and 5 teams. The team which does not have the courage is never going to win any goddamn thing. And although this is not the
yeah,
exact
sorry.
example, sorry, it's not exact example, but when you see the last match in the 7 match series between Pakistan
Exactly.
and you were going for another, so like a lot of telepathy, right? So without even becoming a father and husband, I asked to so yeah, the fact is like the England came out and England has like it was behind. They won the sixth match. It was 3-all, and then England lost the toss. And everybody knows how big a deal in T20 winning the toss is. So Pakistan takes bowling. These guys come out and they simply refuse to let go. They had this amazing start. Sometimes you'll be okay. Now they will settle not to get out, but they don't stop and they completely destroy Pakistan's confidence. And then rest is history.
And I was going for the last one day match which happened. I actually switched off the television after we were like 50 for 4 or something, and we needed
Hmm.
to score 10 and over or something, and eventually we reached 240
Yes.
because Sanju Samson, on all the battlers who came, they tried it. They were not playing safe. They were not going to settle. They just tried. They failed. Obviously, they will not succeed all the time, but at least they gave a good fight, right? In our case, what happens? These guys come under pressure. KL all will get out within a couple of overs. Then Rohit will get out. Then Kohli will be under pressure. Oh, I have to rebuild the innings. And by the time he rebuilds the innings, the innings is only over. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Fair enough. So all three of us agreeing that India is not going to win the World Cup.
yeah,
All right.
definitely.
On that note, if you guys think India is going to win the World Cup, why don't you put some bet on it? Why don't you put your Draupadi on it, your wife or whatever? I mean, not everybody has a Draupadi, but yeah, all the property, which I mean, like Draupadi was used as a property. So thanks for listening. We'll see you next time. You can like and subscribe if you like. Your dog can also do it if you have one, or you can borrow one. See you next time. Bye bye.